What's up, beautiful people? What's up? What's up? We back at the Gentleman's Lounge live from Fabre Studios. Got your boy AJ. I'm here, man. We got Jared.
Yes, sir.
We got my boy Les.
Man, less is more. I'm gonna keep saying. I'm gonna keep dropping it.
Man, we got some more heat for y'all today.
All the time.
We do. And we got the gold goblets. Y'all might have seen it on the show. So we got to.
Man, finally, dog. Salute, man.
Salute
To another great day.
Man, I hope y'all had a great day because we about to make it even greater. Let's go.
To another great day, another great episode. We've been dropping some heat these past couple episodes, bro.
We ready.
And we've been getting people sliding in the DMs, got questions. They want answers, so we got to give it to them.
Asking all them questions.
Yeah, it's a lot of topics that people threw at us. Definitely.
And I think one of the ones that we wanted to talk about today that people was like, boy, y'all should definitely hit on this. And shout out to the God himself, Future Hendrix, who started the whole toxic movement.
Oh yeah.
No doubt. He's still the GOAT, though. He's still the GOAT.
Definitely still the GOAT, man.
Toxic King, man.
He picked the right ones because I've never seen him be with anybody and they have not been successful after him.
Yeah.
Nah,
not at all.
That's a fact.
Like it's not like one of those things. Like he legit will elevate you for real. Like,
Facts.
And it's a weird way, man. It's crazy.
It's just the world that we live in today, bro.
Hey, look at Sierra, man. She was already famous, but look, she found a great man. You know, God,
she upgraded,
man. You know what I'm saying?
She upgraded, but I mean, she couldn't have went wrong either way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let the world tell it though. She found a cornball because motherfuckers be on the internet getting on Russell Wilson ass like, oh, he a cornball, he this, he that.
Probably is.
Yeah, but I mean, when you a cornball, you can do whatever you want when you rich. When you rich, you can do whatever you want. You write your own rules, so it don't matter what people saying. So all the people that's cracking up saying you a cornball, but yeah, you in the kitchen eating them oodles and noodles, like
right.
You over there still trying to make ends meet, and meanwhile you over there walking around like, hi, how you doing? Right, what's up? See, what's going on?
Doing shit that regular people want to do, man. So
I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that. So any one of y'all ever been like toxic in y'all pet? Disclaimer: we are all, not we, they are all happily engaged and happily married. So we are speaking past tense right now.
Past tense for sure.
That don't mean you can't still be toxic though. Even in a relationship, even in the current marriage, you can be toxic. Yep. And I kind of got a feeling y'all two some toxic dudes, man. Y'all some toxic niggas.
I mean, I wouldn't say I'm toxic, but I got some toxic ways, man.
You got some toxic tendencies?
Especially back in my day, man. You know.
So let's drop it. Let's actually set the tone for what toxic actually is. What toxic mean to you?
Toxic mean to me, man. Look, I mean, I got a different version of toxic. Jared might have a different version of toxic.
Hey.
I got it. It's levels to the toxic. It's levels to the toxicity. But you know, man,
what's your toxic level?
I used to be in the streets, man, like Future and all these other people, man.
So you just compared yourself to Future,
man. Yeah, you know, I used to be in the streets.
So you out here writing,
and these women these days. I mean, back then, I wouldn't say now. It's crazy. What's crazy?
You're
What's
right.
crazy is, bro, when I was single doing my dirt, bro. The females, I feel like the females, it was harder to get. They was harder to, they easy, you know what I'm saying?
That's true. I
get you. You know, you see, I'm seeing shit.
Because you was available. Yeah, because you was available.
It's most stuff, bro. And
what made you toxic though? What's
right.
toxic? What's the definition of toxic?
You're not finna skate past that, bro.
I kind of just was playing around the ladies and shit, man. And what made me toxic is just not giving them shit. You know, I was taking and not giving them shit back.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I had females trying to fight me at times, man, because I didn't want to, throwing shit at me and all type of shit. You know, it was rough. It was rough. I had a chick trying to, my TV was on the wall like such, man. And she trying to knock my shit off. I was like, shorty, you tripping? I'm like, man, you got to get the fuck out of here. I called her ass an Uber, man. She ran the Uber up. It was like $70. I'm like, this shorty was going to the
Not ran the Uber up though.
Man, how? I'm like, how?
She's like, tip two, please.
Right. Hey, take the tip. Go here. I want to go
from
there.
55th to the South Loop. It was $70.
$70, bro. I was like, bro, how?
Just that peak time.
Like, you motherfucker.
Peak hours.
Black
peak hours. Peak hours.
Wasn't taking them out like that.
I wouldn't consider that toxic. So
that's what I said. I'm like, it's levels.
Nah, you was just being a nigga.
Yo, facts.
AJ trying to
finesse it. Yeah, he trying to finesse with toxic.
Come back, bro. We gonna come back because AJ stop the cap. We ain't gonna. This is the gentleman lounge. Hey, we not capping.
I mean, I forgot all that toxicity, man. It's foggy in my mind. You know what I'm saying?
That was a toxic response.
I forgot.
So we gonna table that. All right. So Jared, what's your definition of toxic?
He got the book,
man. Damn, the book.
All right. I was single at once upon a time in my life. as with everybody else in the world. And before I was single, or before I, decided to get into a relationship, I did my single man duties, so to say, or did what a single man would have done. And I definitely, like, looking back on like my past relationships, I 100% think that at times I was a little bit toxic. Just a little bit.
Yeah, but y'all not defining what toxic actually means.
I'm getting there.
All right, okay. My bad. So, sit back.
So, everybody knows that I can be very stubborn at times. Yeah. So, in me being stubborn, I can also be very petty. So, I'm always like, okay, well, if you do this to me, well, I'm gonna get back at you, but I'm gonna get back at you where you ain't even gonna expect it, and it's gonna hurt, and you're gonna be like, what the fuck? Like, where did this come from? Yeah. And we being open.
Gotta keep it a buck.
Yeah, gotta keep it a buck, man.
I might have been a little bit manipulative a couple times. A couple times. I was young and dumb, and I was learning.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. We all go through it. Mm-hmm.
And bro, college was a wild time for me.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So let me give y'all a little bit of backstory. So a lot of people like lose their virginity in high school or anything like. I ain't had that luxury. I told y'all my pops was strict as hell. So I couldn't. If I was always in sports, football, basketball, and baseball year round. So I really didn't have time to like go outside and do outside shit.
I was football, basketball, track, and I found it. I found the time.
Track and football.
But
you was hustling wrong. That's what it was.
But my pops was strict, so it wasn't no like, hey, can I go outside and kick it with my friends? It's like, no, you gonna be your ass in the crib. You going to practice? You gonna go to practice? You gonna come home?
You turned up because as soon as I met Jared, he was turned up, bro.
But you had met me. You had met me after I had been in college already.
True.
Because I had done 2 years in college prior to transferring to Ferris before I met him. True. So I lost my virginity 17 years old.
Oh, I was like, you lost your virginity.
Freshman in college. Freshman in college. I'm like, man, you didn't. My dad been strict.
You was 17. Because he turned 17 in November. It was already school started. Okay.
I'm late bloomer.
Okay.
I'm late bloomer.
I'm like, what?
Yeah, I was the youngest in my class. Like I was smart when I was a kid. I was a kid.
I was small body, big head.
You grow out of it.
I've seen your pictures, Scotty.
I grew out of being smart.
Right.
No.
Right, I'm looking like.
No, I went from preschool straight to first. So I was smart. I was ahead. I was like a year ahead.
Okay,
so
I got you now.
I graduated high school 17. Went away to college. You give a kid who's going to college, playing football, you drop them in the city with no parents, no restrictions, and you just expect me to. And I did exactly
Women
that.
gonna do the same thing.
My first 2 years of college, I went crazy. Me going crazy is an understatement. Like, and I went to a PWI, so it's like every athlete that was there was. Every black athlete that was there for strictly sports.
Right.
It wasn't that many people of color that were there just to go to school.
Right.
So like every black person was playing sports, and of course the women flocked to us. Mm-hmm. And who am I to turn? I've never had this at my disposal my entire life. So
people probably looking at you right now like this narcissistic mother. Right.
I just took advantage of it. What you mean? Like,
but
does that make?
I was 17 years old. I went from being in a strict household to not having nobody around to tell me what I need to do, when I need to do. So absolutely, I'm gonna enjoy myself, and that was like my coming of age and me learning what the fuck life is, women is.
I got a story,
bro. My very first time I had sex, I swear to God, when I lost my virginity, I was a little tipsy, and it was like my first time ever being drunk. But she didn't know that I was drunk. And everybody be like, shit, my first time lasted about 2 minutes, 3 minutes. My first time was about 30 minutes because I was...
Yeah, I was forever. I never even actually finished on my first time.
Same, me too, because I was nervous as fuck. When you're nervous, you know what I'm saying?
I was too hyped up.
But I think my toxicity, I didn't know back then what it was, but like, I think it started back then because like, I had this chick, she played basketball, and she would do whatever I want. Like, if I say jump, she'll be like, how high? And I'm just like, I ain't never. Let me see how far I can.
What you can get away with? What you can get away with?
And it got to the point where I was driving her car without a license. I had my permit, but I was driving her car without a license.
Okay, you ain't get your.
She was buying me groceries.
I mean, you took advantage of the situation.
She was putting money on my, because I had a prepaid phone at the time.
Hey, put some money on my phone.
Never in my life had a prepaid phone.
She's putting money on my SIM card.
Your books.
T-Mobile.
Man,
Money on your books.
it's like, man, I'm out of minutes. I need some more.
But like when I would see her out in public, like I just act like it was just cool. Like, no, we just cool, and like don't try to push up on me.
No
like,
public affection.
I get it. You pressing me, and I'm trying to move around and talk to these other chicks. You know what I'm saying? But like behind closed doors,
She play her role.
she did for a little bit until feelings got invested, and it was just like, all right, I ain't finna do this shit no more. Like, what is we doing here? And she took her car bag. She started buying me groceries.
Stop putting money on your books. I get it.
Man. But I think my toxicity started when I was in college, because I didn't know anything. I literally just had to learn all this shit. So
I got a story with this, man.
I mean, I don't know. So
I got a story.
All right, so
Toxic story.
well, so when I'm hearing that, so when I'm hearing your story, it just sounds like y'all being young niggas. Yeah.
Check it.
So to me, right, toxic is like when no matter what the situation is, whether it's happy, whether it's like, you know, a stable situation, like you will find a way to fuck it up. Like you would make it about you. Mm-hmm. Like somehow, like you would go ahead and just like, no, you don't want anything good to happen.
Yep.
Yeah, you don't want anything. You want to be in control. No matter what, you gonna somehow find a way to intentionally fuck this up. To me, that's toxic. Where it's just like, dog. Like, you know, you got friends that are toxic. Well, I don't have friends that's toxic because they ain't friends. Like, if I'm gonna give y'all the master class real quick. It's real simple. The key opinion leader. This is how you deal with toxic people.
Let's hear it.
You don't. Simple as that. I don't. There you go. That's the end of the master class. You're welcome. That's it.
You like that dude who did he went to whiteboard and did the no fucks. You give no fucks.
That's it. I don't deal with toxic people. Like if you in my life and I feel like you all about you, or if it's just always some drama, like that's the thing. If somebody always bringing drama to your life, if somebody always fucking up a situation, like anything, it's like, yo, you toxic. I don't need you. Like you basically a cancer. And to me, that's a toxic situation. That's a toxic person. But take into consideration.
There are some people out there who just enjoy. I would never understand it. But like there are some people who enjoy toxic. What?
Like Blueface.
Bro, he like that
bro, shit. I hate their relationship, to be honest. I mean, I feel sorry for her.
Did you watch the show?
You feel sorry for her? I feel sorry. I don't know who to feel sorry for in this situation, because I feel like they both putting themselves in that situation.
No, they are.
But I agree. I agree to that point, because it takes two to tangle. They are. But I feel like, I mean, actually just seeing her and hearing her, like she mentally, like I just don't think she's mature. Like I don't think she's. You don't love yourself if you allow that type of situation to happen.
22, 23.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I thought that shit was like a publicity stunt at first. You know
too.
what I'm saying? Because you know when celebrities do shit like that, is something's come behind it,
right?
Coming behind it, or I got this show coming out, this album coming out. Something's coming behind it, and now at this point, it's been I feel like this shit is every week something is happening, and I'm like, bro, what the fuck?
And they laugh, like he's laughing majority of the time at it. And I'm just looking like, there's nothing fun about this relationship. Like, why are you still in this? Like, shorty. Like,
bro,
it's okay to just leave.
I think they both go back and forth on who's gonna be the most toxic, because she didn't been in the situation where his baby mama then put him on blast, and she then came to his defense and been with him the next day, and then now they getting into it. Like, what the like? How is that healthy?
No, I agree, and it's sad because I kind of feel like there's men in that situation too, but there's predominantly, at least growing up, women in that situation where they just grow up in toxic relationships, so they expect it. So their parents might have been in a toxic relationship, so they thinking that's how you show love. Like, I don't know about y'all, but I don't play the whole hitting game. You ain't gonna break my shit. You not gonna steal. You're not gonna do no wild shit. Like, and I won't even like, if you want to argue in front of my boys and stuff like that, I'll leave. I've literally left like my ex-girlfriend before, like when she want to argue in front of my boys about some stuff, and I'm just like, yo, chill. Like, we'll talk about this later. Like, we beefing, like, but we out and about, like. The vibes are ugly, but we'll handle this later. And like, nah, she want to argue and everything like that. I'm like, all right, I'm going. I would literally leave. Like, I would just leave you. If you want to follow me, that's fine. We're getting the whip together, but I don't play that. Nah,
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I can't respect a man who puts his hands on a woman. Like, no doubt.
He be beating her ass, Blueface.
I don't know, man. That's how rumors get started.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't confirm or deny those allegations.
Like, I don't know if, but
I don't know.
I ain't seen too many of them.
Have y'all ever been in a relationship where y'all done fucked somebody's shit up?
Hold on, wait. Wait.
You got something to say?
Before that, I was just talking about how like people try to say like even because there is domestic violence on both parts. You know what I'm saying? Men abusing women, women abusing men.
Right.
Of course, the women abusing men goes unnoticed. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like at the end of the day, like you're a man, you're supposed to be able to overpower a woman. Blah blah blah. But at the end of the day, I don't respect anybody that puts. If you're a man, I don't respect you for putting your hands on a woman. And this is coming from like a place that's near to me and dear to me because my mother, my biological mother, like she is right now, she's legally blind because she chose to follow a man to St. Louis or Kansas City, wherever the hell she went. And this was right when she sent me to live with my dad. And before she went down there, she was perfectly fine. Like she was a normal mother. She had her demons that she was dealing with because of how she was raised growing up and things like that. But when she moved down there to St. Louis, everything changed. Complete 180. The dude that she was dealing with, I swear to God, if I see him to this day, I'm putting hands on him.
I ain't mad at you.
He abused my mom so much that she now is technically legally blind because of all of the trauma, the blunt force trauma to her eye and her eye socket from him putting his hands on her. And my older brother also had to deal with this abuse because he put his hands on him too.
Yeah, that's tough, man.
And I'm like, I don't know, this my mom. Like I can't respect nobody that put their hands on a woman. And this shit started at home with me. So that shit will always hit home with me. And I can't. I've never been the type to even. I don't care how mad a woman gets me, how frustrated I get. Like I would never put my hands on a woman because at the end of the day, I know that if I wanted to overpower you, I can. I don't care how big you are.
I mean, you got to master the muff and the extended arm technique when it comes down to aggressive women. Yeah, I've never had to put my hands on a woman. I have extended my arms. I have never muff like go ahead, like especially if you're throwing your hands at me. I ain't about to just take you throwing your hands on me.
Right, bro. I've been in that situation one time in college. I was at Ferris. My ex from college. We were in a heated argument and like we were going back and forth. And at the time, I had roommates who lived with me, so they heard us arguing and everything. They came up there, tried to break it up. I'm like, nah, bro, we good, we cool, we chilling. So we going back and forth, and we're like face to face, like this close. And she's putting her finger in my face. You did this, you did that. I said, bro, stop putting your hand in my face. Like, don't do that. Relax, yeah. She said, she smacked my hand away. No, fuck that. You did, I told you not to do this, blah, 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 blah. I don't know why you tripping, right? You know what I'm about to do? Cause I feel myself fuming. Like feel myself fuming. You know that Arthur meme where he sit there and he got his hands. Yup. I said,
Quit playing with me, man. Stop playing with me, man.
Bro, I walked out the room so fast, slammed the front door, because I'm like, let me just remove myself from this situation because if I stay here any longer, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And I was already seeing red. So I'm like, let me just get the fuck out of here so that I don't do anything that I'm gonna regret. And I don't know how some guys don't fucking do that. Like niggas are okay with just putting their hands on women.
I mean, it's a lot of different things though. So, I mean, and not to cut you off here, but it's a lot of different things, right? Because that might be the household they grew up in. Facts. And they thinking, and then on top of that, the girl that they might be dating might be the household they grew up in too. So a lot of times it's misconstrued because they think expressing love is saying that you care is like, yo, I'm gonna fight you. Like, this is what we need to do. Like, I'm gonna fight you, I'm gonna do this. And at the end of the day, it's like, and that's what a toxic situation is. Especially if you know it's headed there every single time. Like, if you can't talk to somebody and it needs to get to that point, like, just leave. So, I mean, for real, to those people that's out there that's dealing with a situation right now, for real, like, trust me, I haven't heard of too many people, at least the celebrities a little bit, because they just like miserable together. Like, that's different. But for the most part, I never heard of two people being together for a lifetime, like just loving each other. And they have gone through those issues as far as like, yo, we just gonna keep beating on each other. We're gonna keep talking crazy to each other. It don't work.
It's not gonna end up well. I was just reading shit on Instagram about the lady who she was posting on Facebook. Well, I read it on Facebook. She was posting on Facebook how her husband was abusing her. And she called the police and everything, and the police was just like, we'll get there when we get there. And he ended up killing her. And I think she had a couple kids. And I'm just like, how?
She was black?
Yeah, she was black. I think it was in Ohio.
Sound like the Jeffrey Dahmer stuff.
I think it was in Ohio.
Yeah, I mean, essentially what they think that they almost, the expectation is that black people are going to be arguing, black people are going to be like going crazy, always beefing and stuff like that. Yeah. So it's like, oh, that's normal. It's just them acting like them. And it's like, that's not the case. Definitely.
So Les, I know you got sisters. Mm-hmm. So me, I got 3 sisters, man. Mm-hmm. So my sister, I got a twin sister. For everybody that don't know, I got a twin sister.
I know you got a twin sister.
Yeah, bro. Man. Twin sister.
Who's the oldest?
Me. Yep.
A couple minutes?
2 minutes to be exact. So she was in a toxic relationship with this dude for a couple years, man. West Side dude, it's crazy. So I seen him, he'll come up for, Thanksgiving and different family outings and shit. And he would kind of, they would get into it and he would kind of like, he would disrespect her, but it wouldn't be to the point where I got to jump up and say some shit.
Right. It's like, I don't want to be in y'all business, but if it was me, like I would be very offended. I got
stuff. Yeah. So I kept my cool and I let them, handle it as adults and shit because she grown as hell. She could do whatever the hell she want to do. If that's the man she chooses to be with, just as long as he don't put their hands on her, it'll be good. So bro, they got into it one time and shit real tough. So she hit me up. She hit me up one day. I'm at work. She was like, "Hey man, what you doing after work?" I'm like, I don't know, shit. I'm just chilling. What's up? She was like, "I need you to come over here. This dude, he tripping and shit. He acting up." I'm like, "All right, bet." So I already knew what time it was because she already was, hinting little things prior to. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, all right, cool. My mom, I'm on the way over there. My mom like, "Hey, what are you gonna do?" I'm like, "Man, I'm about to tell him he got to get the fuck up out of here," because they were living together at the time.
Whose crib was it?
The lease was in both of their names though. Unfortunately, sticky situation, man. Yeah. So I was like, man, I'm about to tell him he got to get the fuck up out of there, and if not, then we finna fight. Man, I get there, man. This dude, he come in the crib and shit. I'm talking to my sister. He come in the crib, tough as hell. He already knew what time it was because I'm sitting at the table.
He saw you there.
Man, he already had it. He was already on guard. So this man, he come in there and shit. I'm like, "Hey man, my sister telling me some things I ain't like. I'm not liking what I'm hearing, bro. So I don't know what y'all got going on, but I'm asking you to leave. You know what I'm saying, respectfully." This dude was like, "Man, I ain't fucking going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, you ain't finna you ain't about to touch me." He just instantly. That's all I said.
Got on that,
man. So I said, "All right, but if this is what you want to do," I'm like, "I've been waiting to." Throw hands with you for the longest, bro. Yeah. So he pulling his pants off. "I'm from out west, man. 290. Oh, you don't know."
I'd have just stopped right there. Yeah. To be honest, once you pull your pants and you start just talking about your accolades, I'd have just told you like, "Well, let me get a head start then. Since you a Golden Glove, all of a sudden, like why not?" Man, I'm going dead in.
My sister is in between us. This dude is rah rah rah. I'm like, "All right, bet, bro." I'm pulling my shit on, I'm balling my fist up. I'm like, "I've been ready to beat your ass for the longest." So this man, as soon as my sister's in between us, this man throws a punch.
So around your sister?
Man, yes. He went around her.
I thought females did that.
Bam, he hit me on the shoulder. I dodged that shit. Then we ended up throwing hands and shit. I got this man. It's a hole in my sister's wall to this day, bro.
She still live there?
Yeah.
He's
off the lease though. He's off the lease. She got a restraining order, all that shit. He was off the lease. Because if you get a restraining order, that's some toxic shit. He's off the lease.
Right.
So beat his ass and shit. He got the fuck up out of there. And man, bro. So she, that was a toxic relationship that she was in. And
so I got a question.
I got a question.
All right, go ahead.
No. I'm gonna just wait because I want to hear what you gotta.
I know, because I like to see both sides. Yeah. All the time. Hands down, just so we clear. Like, homie was wrong. Yeah, that's just what I do. I like for everybody's perspective to be seen because that's the only way you really the situation. Mm-hmm. So your approach, right? Like you went to a crib that they both actually got a lease on, right? So instead of her removing her from the situation, you came in, you gonna make the situation worse.
Facts.
So in my opinion, right, what I would have done, I'd have been like, "Yo, if you serious about this, pack your shit.
Just get the fuck out of here.
Come to my crib. If he really love you, if he want to ride with you, he gonna come to my crib or he gonna come to mom's crib, whoever, and I'm gonna meet him there. We gonna talk. We gonna figure this out right here and there. Because at the end of the day, like that's still. If I was him, I would have told you the same thing. I'd be like, "You been kicking me out my own crib."
Facts. I feel it. That's why when I was over there, I was prepared to fight regardless. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, my situation.
And unless she made her decision that she was not gonna be with him, you just whooped his ass. He go back to his own crib a week later, whatever it is, and now they back together. Now he's like, yo, you know what? I'm gonna beat your ass or I'll fuck you because your brother done whoop my ass, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So now the situation is like, it's just amplified, right? And nothing was solved. So I'm a big fan of just removing yourself from the situation. I like people to come find trouble, and I like to consider myself that trouble if you want to come find it.
Now
I won't come find you.
Oh yeah. Now I'm about to play devil's advocate. So if your sister calls you and tell you that me and my goddess, we didn't got into heightened arguments, and I feel like he might potentially put his hands on me, come over here. What you gonna do?
I'm gonna come pick her up.
You ain't gonna have no words with him?
What you mean? You said that she talking to me and saying like, yo, I think he's gonna put his hands on me.
Yeah. You ain't gonna have no words with him?
What you mean? Why would I do that on your own? I don't know what he got in his crib.
I knew that he had a gun. So as soon as we got done fighting, I made sure he didn't go run and get that bitch. He got out the door. I blocked away from the room.
But you weren't there that day. You don't know if he moved that gun. You don't know if he walked in the crib with that gun. Like at the end of the day, I'm gonna fight you on my turf. You know, and at the end of the day, I need to know. My
sister told me though. She was like, yeah, his gun's right there in that box right there before he got there. And I'm like, all right, cool.
Man, my wife knows where the gun is in our crib. She know where everything is in our crib with the lockbox, everything, but she doesn't know if it's actually in there.
In there and shit.
I be removing stuff. She don't be knowing. Yeah.
That shit like that story that happened in Detroit where an old girl called her brothers on her boyfriend who was abusing her, and them niggas got shot.
Yeah, see what I'm saying?
I think one or both of them died. But like, I don't care. I have a sister. My little sister. That's
I got three. I got
3 sisters too.
Yeah.
I'm riding for my sister.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ain't no talking. If you call me and be like, hey, bro, I'm having problems, blah blah blah. Like I'm gonna be cool about the situation. I'm gonna try to talk to him. But if he jump out his body, then that's where we're gonna have a problem. Because I'm not coming over there on.
I get you. But what exactly did you think your conversation with him was gonna do? You think he was gonna come to Jesus?
They won't do shit.
You think no? But I'm saying like you think he was really gonna be like, you know what, Jared, you make some good sense. You
never know.
Let me go ahead and just turn a whole new leaf.
Man, what Jordan said? Listen, 100% of shots you don't take.
I mean, we relay that to sports and females when you try to hit on them.
No,
not situations like this.
I'm gonna try to approach to where I'm gonna try to diffuse the situation first. Now, if I can't diffuse the situation and you want to turn up on me, okay, now I can take it there with you.
Yeah,
I'm not coming here on business already ready to go there with you. Like I'm gonna be like, okay, well, she told me this. You like what can I do to try
what
to
if he said she lying?
All right, then let me hear what you're saying.
I'm telling you like it didn't happen. I never put my hands on her. Like I told her she was stupid, whatever it is, but I never did it. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. I'm like, I didn't do it. Then what?
All right, don't.
Now you confused because now you like you back to this again.
Come on, sis.
I mean, give me a reason.
You'll come back here when
this shit cool down.
Like we finna leave right now. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's it's always three sides to a story. It's hers, his, and the truth. You know what I'm saying? So if it's conflicting stories, all right, bet I'm gonna just remove you from the situation. But if I come over there and he's already on 10, then it's a problem.
I get you on that.
And that's not the first time I had to do that shit. Not for that situation, but my other sister. I had to do that same shit, bro. I literally was at Ferris in Michigan. My sister was going to NIU, bro. She said some dude was messing with her. He picking up, whatever the case may be, giving her a hard time. Coming to her apartment on bullshit. I drove to the crib. Me and my twin, we drove to NIU. And I checked, bro. I said, where you at? All right, bet. I'm like, hey, bro, what's going on? My sister telling me this, that, and third. You know what I'm saying? If I have to come back over, out, you know what I'm saying? It's up. It's, you know what I'm saying? I'm not giving you no words, no nothing. I'm just swinging on your ass. But I'm giving you a fair warning. He was like, man, I apologize. He apologized. End up apologizing to my sister and all that shit. She ain't had no problems like that.
But she not with him no more.
Oh yeah, it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
No, I'm gonna just say this. AJ be ready to go.
Yeah, you don't know that about me.
I ain't mad at that. You need to run down, but I ain't mad at that. So I mean, but in your younger days, you could be a hothead.
AJ is still a hothead.
I mean, I cool down.
AJ be calm.
When you got stuff to lose, you gotta tread carefully.
I cool down tremendously.
You can't let people like amp you up. But I'm gonna assume that I know the answer.
Tremendous. I mean, shit. I'm
like a 10% change for you, right?
The way I got a story with Jared.
I feel like I know the answer to this though. But would you say that your sister has a history of dating or being in toxic relationships?
My twin, no.
So that was just her one.
That was her one.
But this is the same twin that was at Northern.
This is my other.
Oh, that's your other sister. Okay. All right, cool. So this is one and done. All right, that's fair then.
One at Northern. Yes.
She has a history. Okay. All right, that's
I've been having check with
because usually that's what happens, right? Like you over there trying to save them from one situation, but you like, yo, it's always the same thing.
So maybe it's not them. Maybe it's the type of being that you're attracting. Maybe you're toxic.
Or both, right? Exactly. It could be both.
Maybe you need to look in the mirror.
But I'm a big fan of people who do to you what you allow them to do.
That's what it is.
Yeah. So it's like not even that. Like my sister, like I said, I got 3 sisters, but my sister has a history of dating. Like she's probably like batting for 20% as far as dating good men. Like she just has a habit of dating people that just eventually aren't on her level and aren't on the same page as her. And like I'll try to give advice, things like that. But at the end of the day, you're an adult. Yeah, I love you. This dude ever put his hands on you, that's different. Like that amplifies the whole relationship, things like that. But other than that, I'm not coming to save you every single time you get in a situation. Because it's like, look, you gotta want it. Like you gotta want more for yourself. Like I can't keep protecting you every time you get into these situations. And that's what how I feel.
You the oldest, youngest, or you in the middle, or
who me?
Yeah.
Between the 3 sisters, I'm in the middle. I'm the second oldest between the 3.
So F all that. You ain't never been toxic?
No, I ain't never been toxic.
I don't believe that.
No, I ain't never been toxic. I ain't never have to press up on a chick. I ain't never have to put my hands on a chick. I told back in the day, because you been in a club and somebody just take a random swing on you by they tweaking. Like my boy John knows what I'm talking about.
I was saying, I'll never fall in the club.
But you get people that they ain't in the right mindset. But as far as like me amplifying or making a situation toxic, I can say I've never been the person that was toxic in a relationship. Now gaslighting, that's different. All right.
I'll get the people a definition of gaslighting.
All right. So gaslighting, all right, in summary, right, without getting too deep, is really just making that other person believe that their reality is something different. All right.
By that, selling dreams.
Damn, bro, you selling dreams.
You know, good. Oh no, she don't even look good.
Yeah. No, it's just even that. So here's an example, right? Here's an example where they be like, you know what? I saw you talking to old girl, and I think I'm pretty sure that was your ex or whatever. Like, why was you all talking? My ex, like, girl, you tripping. You know what I'm saying? Like, why ain't you even ask me no questions? You didn't even know what kind of situation. Like, not once did they say they did it. Not once but they all of a sudden, they start talking about something else. And they making it seem like your reality is all messed up. Like, girl, like, I'm over here trying to do business. And this person, like, I have relationships with her. There ain't nothing going on, blah, blah, blah.
Hey, that sounds like manipulation to me.
Ain't nothing but gaslighting.
Manipulation is toxic.
That ain't nothing but gaslighting.
Toxic.
Nah.
That is toxic. So I'm going to ask the people in the comments, is gaslighting toxic? I bet 100% they're going to say yes.
I mean, well, then that's 100% of the world. Because everybody gaslights one way or another. Everybody manipulates somebody one way or world. Because at the end of the day, everybody's negotiating something. True. Like, I want something from you regardless of what it is, right? True. Like, come on now. Like that chick that says, you know what, I don't need a man to buy me nothing. I don't need a man to... I'm like, girl, but I've seen where you work. Like, I've seen where you work. And you have way too many expensive bags to tell me you don't need nobody to do nothing for you, but you accepting all these gifts though, right? Facts. All right, so who's manipulating who?
Exactly.
All right, so everybody does that piece.
Do y'all think men or women are more manipulative?
I think it's a combination of both.
50-50?
Yeah, I think it's 50-50. We just got our own ways of doing it.
Yeah. They got their own ways, we got our own ways.
Yeah.
So, who you think is better at it?
Oh, women. Hands down. Because men stupid. We stupid. Yeah. Come on now.
Like, thinking shit through.
There could be so many red flags out there. Women just, like, whatever. Yeah, and the vagina is amazing. You just like, you know what?
All right, fine. You can bust the windows of my car.
All right, I'm gonna just buy this round trip flight for you. Whatever, man. Just give me at least one night.
I heard a Ferris toxic story.
So you got a very toxic story?
A Ferris toxic story.
Hold on, bro. You add a disclaimer.
No, it ain't too bad.
It ain't to say, big dog.
No. When I first got to know Jared, right? So we was kicking it and shit. Mm-hmm. Man, this man Jared messed with somebody, girl out in Michigan. Out in college and shit,
that you didn't know?
Which I knew her and shit.
No, but he didn't know her?
No, he knew her, but he didn't know that she had a whole man at the crib.
Cause she didn't tell me. She didn't disclose this to me at all.
All right, let's just be honest.
But it's also
let's be honest. Exactly, bro. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. If I don't know your man's, your man's ain't best friends with my homeboy or something like that, it's the nature of the game.
You're in college and your man is back home.
Yep.
It don't matter if you in the same city. Like, back when I was single, like if I'm smashing you and you tell me you got to do, like if I don't know him like that, that's his problem. That's not mine. Yeah. Come on now.
Man, we had a party, man. I'm kicking it and shit. This dude came up from Detroit. came to the campus.
Sounds
bro.
right. That sounds like a Detroit dude.
This man trying to fight Jared.
Shout out to my West Side Detroit dudes.
Man, this man trying to fight Jared.
Or
Shit.
East Side.
And I'm like, oh hell no, I'm not letting that ride. This my man's and shit. That's when I first was like, all right.
He thought I was by myself too, though.
Yeah, he did.
He thought I was by myself, and you know me.
He was by himself.
He was by himself. A goofy.
He was by himself.
A goofy.
He was carrying.
Nah.
So he came all the way from Detroit. I mean, was that 2-hour drive to where you were at?
About two and a half.
No, it was 3 hours. 3 hours.
And then pulled up on you.
Tried.
I didn't even know. I didn't know. I'm in the party having a good time. Well, I don't care about that. None of that. None of that. But we leave it, but he pulled up or he tried to press me at the party. I'm first off, think about this talk.
Oh, the little ones, man. The little ones always.
Man, what?
I'm like, what, bro?
I said, hey man, if he on that, I'm on that with him.
Them Tory Lanes be out there.
Bro, they talking. I'm like, bro, I'm not. Bye, bro. Like I don't.
Man.
That's a problem. You go talk that with your girl. You know what I'm saying? And she come and grab him and like, come on, we ain't got to do blah blah. Then he want to try to turn her when she grab her. I'm like,
yeah, you know that.
I'm like, what? And of course, all of my homies like, what's good? We good? We straight? I'm like, bro, we straight, bro. Like this, we good. I ain't even telling you, dude is literally about this tall. I'm like, bro, I'm not worried about you. And she literally calls me that same night after they left. After she left with him, and I'm like, I'm good, shorty. Just let me know where he going. I'll be back over there to beat them cheeks.
You know what? I just
like it. It's my nigga.
I hate that it's black. I hate that it's black people like that, like this though. You know, you hate but you love it. Because I just had a thought, man. Like imagine if the dude from Detroit pulled up. I mean, she must have shown him a picture of you or something like that. But imagine if the dude pulled up and found out it was a white guy smashing his chick.
Oh, he would have got on that with him in the party and not thought twice.
Yeah. But I mean,
but it would have been awkward. Though.
Yeah, would it have been awkward? You like, yo, why you beating up this white boy? Like, and he's like, man, you smashing my chick. You looking like, bro, you lost, bro. You got to go 10 years into hibernation right now because you a clown. You a goofy. You a goofy.
Hey, I got another thing. I got another. Before you said, I feel like this is a statistic that I feel like 100%. It's 100% true. Everybody has smashed a chick that had a nigga at one point.
In college?
At any time. Just in general. Every male has smashed a chick with a man.
I agree.
At one point, I don't know if you could say it's 100% true.
You know why?
It's close.
But I mean, it's a high ratio.
Man, it's a high ratio.
Until you're married, nobody is truly single.
Yeah, I agree. 100%.
Jared has. I have. Have you, Les?
Whoa.
Yeah, I know I have. Yeah.
I mean, that's why I'm like, man,
whether I've known or didn't know.
Or like you known or didn't know.
Don't matter.
Yep.
Once again, that's not my problem. That's the whole point of being single.
Most does.
Yeah. I mean, you want to be careful who bed you in, right?
Facts.
That's just the thing. These women out here, they toxic as fuck.
Bro, I was 100%. You just brought back bad memories.
Yes, bro. These women, they something else, man.
We're not about to go down y'all whole college.
I'm gonna say this and I'll be done. But like, I definitely was in a toxic relationship in college because I knew Shorty had a dude back home, and this was back when I was going through phones and shit. You know.
Oh, so you were going through phones?
Only with her because I'm like, you lying to me, and everybody around me is telling me, but I'm not believing it because that's how that last conversation. I'm very trusting, and then I'm like, man, fuck this. Man, so went through her phone. Saw that she was still talking to her ex, and I said, okay, you lucky your vagina's good, but I'm gonna still do me on the side, and we still gonna be together.
Facts.
And I was
some toxic shit.
I'm like, you want your cake and eat it too? Shit, I'm gonna have mine.
That's a toxic relationship. You know it ain't gonna end good.
Toxic. You know, it didn't end well at all. We don't talk to this day. She blocked me all. She blocked me.
She may come back.
What was it? I haven't seen her since. When did they come out here?
Oh, 2 years.
Hell no, that shit was like 2017.
Okay.
All right. Look at y'all. Like, dang. As soon as you said they, I'm like,
that was 2019.
But y'all know.
Hell no, it wasn't 2019.
Anyway,
but I was definitely I was toxic too. But those toxic days are behind me.
Yeah,
you had to go through situations to learn and grow.
Yep.
And I went through that and learned and grow. Like I don't deal with toxicity now because I'll just write a chick off real quick. Like I'm not dealing with that because I know like I value like respect,
peace of mind.
Yeah, like I don't want to have to sit here and think that. Or have to be running through my mind like, oh well, what is she doing this? Is she doing that? I don't need that. If I'm doing that or if I'm having those thoughts, I don't need to be with you.
Facts.
Like I want peace of mind. I want us to enjoy ourselves. I want us to have a good time and just learn and grow together. Like I don't want to be out here like my chick a little toxic. I like a little toxicity, but fuck no. I'm too old for that. Too old. I ain't out here gaslighting. I don't think.
Nah, you are. You are. It doesn't really stop. You know, it's just because at the end of the
Sometimes
day,
you don't even know you gaslighting.
Yeah, exactly. You really don't know. Like it's just the nature of the beast sometimes. So it's okay.
All right. So while we on the topic of toxicity or whatever or gaslighting, so in y'all relationships, like how do y'all handle like social media etiquette or what's appropriate and what's not appropriate in relationships?
What's considered inappropriate?
Boyfriend and girlfriend.
This is thinking.
What's considered? I want to know what's considered inappropriate though for social media and the relationships.
So I'll give my spiel.
All right, okay. Based on your real life example, which sounded like it happened recently.
It's just whatever your preference.
No, I'm just in general. So like, I just feel like social media, like you can put out whatever persona you want the world to see.
True.
You know what I'm saying? And I can be this person like this on Instagram or Facebook, or whatever. I can be that person, but in
selling
I
a dream.
can be somewhat selling a dream.
Sure.
And I use social media for the simple fact of it being social media. Like I don't think it's real life.
Yeah.
But to some others, that shit is, okay, well, you're following this person, you're engaging with this person, you're liking this person's pictures. What's
Yo, my wife taught me so much
to
that,
man. But it's twofold because I can see both sides. I can see both sides because
I got in trouble liking pictures at times.
But look, so this I'm gonna take a page out of your book because like devil's advocate. So when you're single, right, and you scroll on Instagram or whatever, you're liking somebody's picture. What's the purpose of liking their pictures? What's the purpose?
It's a nice
It's compliment. Saying you look pretty, it's a nice picture.
Yeah.
Is it not to get their attention?
Now, if you go to their page and like multiple pictures,
multiple pictures, that's different. At one time. Yeah, at one time.
In one setting.
Yep.
In one setting, that's different. Yeah.
So
I don't think
he tried to defend himself. He can't defend himself. Don't worry.
I'm asking. So like in a relationship, like is that still okay? Like even like if I'm just scrolling on my feed and I see something, I'm like, oh, this is a dope picture. I'm gonna like it. Is a like to some people a like in the comment? Those are two different levels.
Hey girl, how you doing? That like is hey girl, how you doing?
I can tell you one example. So like I'm cool with majority of my exes. Some of them like I just
follow you and shit?
Yeah, they follow me and things like that. Doesn't mean I talk to them or whatever, but which is cool because our breakups weren't like crazy or nothing like
I don't
that.
have that shit either.
And
The world killed me when I said I'm still cool with my exes.
yeah, it's just you can't erase your past. Let's just be honest. Like you can't erase. So, and that's why I usually call out people where I'm like, yo, we get that you in a relationship. Every picture does not have to be a picture of you and your man or you and your girl, which is usually the women doing it. There's not have to be every picture does not have to be a picture of you and your man. Okay, because at the end of the day, if y'all not married, like you said, y'all single. So what happens 3 years later, right, or 2 years later, or a year later, and they break up? All of a sudden, they just go back and delete all those pictures. And it's like, you can't delete what we've already seen. Like, we understand that you said, here's your world, and like, y'all forever, and y'all this, and y'all that. Like, we know it happened. Like, if you want to delete majority of the pictures, cool. But you can't delete that piece of your life. Like, we know it happened. So it's the same way how I approach with my exes. Where it's like, if there's a picture way down where it's like a picture of us, all right, it's a picture of us, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't post a picture of like, my relationships all over the place, or me and my wife.
Probably didn't post a picture with your ex.
Probably not. Maybe on Facebook. I think maybe on once or twice on Facebook. Back when I was on Facebook a lot, but not nowadays. So to that point, so there's an ex that I'm really good friends with, right? Like it's cool, but my wife don't really like. She's just like, I ain't really, and rightfully so. She's just like, yo, I don't really want y'all communicating like that. Cool. Yeah. So I don't like any of her pictures that are just of her. Like if it's one of my homies in it, or if it's a good picture with like some people we know, mutual friends, I'll like it. But I won't like any of her pictures that's solo. And it's not that it's not a good picture or that I'm attracted to her, so that's why I'm liking it. It's just like, nah, you know, it's respecting. Yeah. I'm meeting her in the middle because I don't really like people choosing my friends. I'm a big advocate of that. So I'm sure that's going to be some controversy, but I don't let anybody choose my friends because I would never choose your friends. You need to make the decision yourself who you going to be friends with. If I don't like them, you going to make that decision. I don't tell my wife like, yo, you can't be friends with this person. I'm just telling you, like, yo, I don't like this person. Here's the reason why. I ain't feeling them, but it is what it is. So you leave it up to them to make that decision after that.
Man, I was told to, I ain't gonna lie. And this was the first time I was ever I was given an ultimatum, like, yo, like I don't want you being friends with this person. Like, you gotta cut this person out your life. And I was like, what? I mean, that shit, I was like, bro, I've never, and that shit hurt me because this is somebody I've been cool with for years. Now, granted, the way that he moved and the reason why she said that, I understood. You know what I'm saying? But it was also like,
oh, she said she had to cut you off, or you had to cut her off?
No, she was telling him to cut.
She was telling me I had to cut one of my guys off. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, one of your homeboys?
Yeah, one of my homeboys.
Oh, I think you're talking about your ex or something.
No. One of my homeboys. And I was like, wow, like I would never ask you to, you know, not be friends with somebody. I would give you my opinion and say, I think you should move a different way towards this person. But like, I would never tell you to stop talking to this person. But she told me this, and I was just like, well, damn, what the fuck? And that shit was hard for me because this is somebody I've been cool with for 10 plus years. Like somebody who has seen me at my worst, seen me at my, you know what I'm saying, at my best. And it's like that shit's hard for me to cut off. And I stopped cold turkey. And it was fucked up because he kept hitting me up, like, why you not responding? What's going on? Everything cool, blah, blah, blah. And I never gave him a response. You know what I'm saying? And that, to this day.
Yes, still don't talk.
Don't talk to this day. And we are going through a divorce, you know what I'm saying? But like, I definitely think that I need to have a conversation with him about why I felt at the time that I cut him off, because even when I look back on it, I was just like, bro, when I was going through what I was going through, or when I needed you the most, like you didn't show up for me how I wanted you to show up. And that's a little bit telling to me, you know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't, if it was me, I wouldn't have cut him off completely. Would I have moved a little bit differently?
Yeah, absolutely. You got to manage your friendships a certain way.
But cut him off completely? No, but to appease my wife and my relationship, I was like, you know what? Cool. But eventually,
distance yourself for sure. Yeah,
but eventually she was like, it's your decision ultimately, blah blah blah. But like, you've already told me that this is what you want me to do, so you don't retract your statement and renege your statement, because even if I move differently around them, you're always going to feel some type of way, and I don't want that. That's what I don't want to happen. Right. You know what I'm saying? So that was the first time I was ever faced with an ultimatum with like cutting off one of my friends.
My cousin was like that. So my cousin had an issue with his now wife where, where she had some toxic friends. Like they were all single, but they were all encouraging her to do stuff that she wasn't supposed to do, like when they were engaged. And she like, no, but she'll get wasted, all this other stuff. And I told him, I said, bro, you can't allow like for somebody to disrespect your relationship. However, you can't tell her to choose her friends. You're like, yo, your friends are disrespecting our relationship. This is what I don't like. It is what it is, blah, blah, blah. You allow them to make that decision, because if you can't make that decision, well, then I'm gone. Yeah. It's easy. It's really easier than what people think. You know, we tend to make things more complicated. Yeah, like, I don't have no problem leaving. It's not that I'm like not trying to fight for the situation, but it's like, yo, if you're going to allow this person to disrespect the relationship after I just told you, I'm not telling you can't be friends with them. They could be a distant friend. Yeah. It could be like a pen pal. I don't care. Right, yeah. But this shouldn't be a close friend. I'm hitting to you. This shouldn't be a close friend. This shouldn't be a friend that we allow in our lives like together. So if I'm telling you like, yo, this person is toxic, they disrespecting our relationship, they disrespecting me. Yeah. Those main three things. And if they come over my crib, like I have no issues. Yeah. I've done this before. I'm like, yo, if they come over my crib, I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna tell them I'm gonna tell them my mind. I'm gonna tell them exactly what it is. Yeah. So they won't bring them over. Yeah. But at the end of the day, it's like, yo, I have no problem leaving. I shouldn't have to tell you what to do. Yeah. I'm gonna express to you what's disrespectful to me, what's disrespectful to the relationship, but I shouldn't have to tell you what to do. Yeah. After that, you figure it out. If you want to stay with this friend and keep allowing them to do what they doing, well then cool. You already made your decision. You marrying your friend. I'm gone. Yeah. We good. Yeah. No
laws. Me, I'm not cool with any of my. I mean, cordial. I'm gonna say that I'm cordial with all my exes for the most part. Well, a couple of them. I could comment on a post or something, hey, happy birthday or some shit like that.
It's only one. There's only one for me that I'm allotted to comment on any of her pictures that my wife's cool with.
I'll say that.
Only because she like, I met her, she a dope, like she cool, we vibe together, we could be good. Oh, she there's only one chick that I can say like she be cool with it.
Yeah, my girl, she ain't mean none of my exes, so it's she knows who they are, but it's that I can't.
Y'all both from Chicago though, right?
Yeah.
See, that's the difference is like, wifey from Atlanta. Yeah. So my expectation when I went to go visit wifey in Atlanta before we even got married was like, yo, it's a group of friends. I'm gonna run into some dude or one or two that you done messed with if y'all all friends. Like the circle is just like that. So whether it's a group of girls that mess with these dudes, whatever it is, I'm gonna run into one of your exes, and I'm not insecure at all. Like I stay on my own. Like at the end of the, that's such as like she used to mess with him. Like, all right, cool, used to it.
Everybody
used to mess. Yeah, everybody got a pass. Like, and at the end of the day, I'm not chasing after this nigga. I don't care who he is. You know, my shorty with me for a reason. And then you can see him looking at her, you know, eyeing her across the room because he still wants her back. And I'm like, that's how it's supposed to be.
I appreciate you, my boy.
Yeah, you know. I wish I could say you taught her something, but clearly I taught her a lot more than you did. So it is what it is.
Facts, man.
That's how I feel about it, man. Stay out of toxic relationships. Once again, what do you do with toxic people? You don't deal with them.
If you in a toxic relationship, run fast, ASAP.
Hit me up. Ask me for advice. I got you. I'd ask. I don't know if you gotta ask AJ. Like AJ probably gonna give you the real like soft answer. Jared may be extreme. Maybe I don't know. He may give you like
I'm in the middle.
Yeah,
he in the middle.
I'm gonna tell you exactly what to do. All right, and at the end of the day, you gotta put your happiness first.
I be trying to spare people's feelings, man. I'm done with that, man.
Nah,
it's okay to be a little bit selfish, man. Put yourself first at all times. You know what I'm saying?
You about to spend the rest of your life with somebody. You better put yourself first. Like your happiness got to be first, like at the beginning. You know what I'm saying? But if you trying to put somebody else first in a regular relationship, that's why 7 months. 7 months was my longest.
No toxicity for the rest of the year. No gaslighting. We above that.
Nah,
we out of here.
Nah.
Hey,
we got
next episode.
We definitely got to talk about how social media has impacts on relationships.
We got to.
I know we alluded to it a little bit here, but it gets deeper than this. Right. Make sure y'all keep following the page. Hey. All right, the Gentleman's Lounge for sure. You got Bald Ass Les. Give me to say Instagram. Definitely subscribe to the YouTube channel for real.
Like, comment, subscribe, follow, all that.
Y'all already know, man. Follow me at Handsome Female. Let's go. I'm here.
I'm going to keep bringing y'all to keep bringing y'all
Shout out to Fabre, man. You know, studios. What's up, man? We out here
behind the cameras
every week.
Making it all happen.
Man, give us do this cheers,
my
man.
My bad. Cheers to the non-toxic.
Hey.
And getting out of the toxic.